Billionaire investor Nelson Peltz of Trian Partners, who has been a longtime supporter and friend of President Trump, out with this statement. Quote, "We condemn President Trump's efforts to overturn the election results, which culminated in yesterday's shocking events at our Capitol. This president must commit to a peaceful transfer of power. We also implore President-elect Biden and congressional leaders to stop the infighting and work together for the good of our country. Every single American citizen deserves better governance." Nelson Peltz joins us now by phone for a closing bell exclusive. Nelson, thank you for phoning in. I wanted to give you the chance to just expand on your statement with further reaction to those just incredibly shocking, terrible scenes that we saw, violent riots at the Capitol yesterday and the president egging them on.
First of all, Happy New Year, Sarah. And it's been quite a year so far. I thought last year was difficult. This one's off to a horrible start in what we all saw occurred yesterday in D.C. I mean, it was so sad. It was scary. Whoever said it, it is a stain on America. You know, what we've learned is that we cannot continue to have our elected officials fight with one another. The enemy is outside the room. The enemy is not across the aisle. But what happened yesterday is a disgrace, and as an American, I'm embarrassed. You know, I didn't vote for Trump in 2016. I voted for him in this past election in November. Today, I'm sorry I did that. I supported many of his policies, which I still think were good ones, trade efforts, economic policies. I think they're good for our country. But so much good was undone yesterday with what we all saw. And my partners and I all felt that we needed to speak out, and that's why we issued that statement. You know, America has been through hell and back. It's become so tribal. And I just hope that President-elect Biden will act to bring us together. He's got full control of both houses. He needs to do that. We need to heal from Trump. It was really a devastating blow. And we just can't go on. And, you know, Black Lives Matter took a lot of heat from certain sectors. And yesterday, with what was going on, I saw at least one demonstrator standing in Congress, I don't know whether it was the Senate or the House, with a Camp Auschwitz T-shirt on.
I saw that.
Nobody really got so upset about that. I mean, there's a lot more to be upset about by comparison to how upset they were about Black Lives Matter. I mean, that kind of stuff, there's no place for it in our world. I mean, we're supposed to not be doing this.
100%. You do point the finger squarely at President Trump, and you just said that you regret voting for him in the last election. Do you regret the support, financial, friendship you've had with him? A lot of people do look at business leaders like yourself and wonder if you've enabled him. He's always had sort of these inclinations and these behaviors, even though, as you say, you've been very supportive of the policies, a lot of them economic.
Look, the policies, the economic policies that Trump put forth with our Secretary of Treasury's help, which were great policies. There's something we need in America for decades. We've exported tens of millions of jobs, and finally we had a prescription to bring them back. And I hope Biden doesn't throw the baby out with the bathwater and take some of that to heart and stay with it. But there is no room for what happened yesterday. We're not a banana republic. This is the United States. And for what happened yesterday, and unfortunately, I have to say it was garnered by our leadership. Our leadership has got to understand what the priorities are. The priorities are America first. Then if you want to support your party, that's fine. But it must be America first. And that was out the window since this election was over. And Trump could have taken a different tack. He could have accepted the results. He could have offered his friendship, his support, and his help for a transition to Biden. Had he done that, his legacy would be 180 degrees different from what it is today.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.